Hello, I'm Dennis, a senior cloud support engineer here at the AWS office in Sydney, Australia. Today, I'm going to show you how to resolve the error the security token included in the request is expired when running Java applications on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Let's get started. All application API requests to AWS must be cryptographically signed with credentials issued by AWS. These credentials can be permanent or temporary, and knowing how to manage them effectively is key to smooth application operations. There are several reasons why you might encounter expired token errors. If your application uses temporary credentials, those credentials have an expiration time. You must refresh them before they expire to maintain access. Or your system might not have the right system time. AWS uses the system time to validate credentials. So if your system clock is off, you'll have credential issues because they will be rejected. To understand how to fix these common issues, let's look at how the default credential provider chain works. The chain first checks the system environment variables, then Java system properties, followed by the default credentials file, and finally the instance profile credentials. When running applications on EC2, it's a best practice to use an AWS Identity and Access Management role for your instance. IAM roles provide temporary security credentials that rotate automatically, reducing the risk of expiration and increasing security. Let's look at how we can create an IAM role with our application's required permissions and attach it to an EC2 instance. As you can see, I'm already logged into the AWS Management Console. Let's go ahead and open the IAM console now. In the navigation page, choose Roles. Then create a role. On the selected Trusted Entity page, select AWS Service if it's not already selected. And in use case, EC2. On the Permission Policy page, choose the policy that matches the permissions needed for your application. In this case, as an example, I'll go ahead and select Amazon S3 Read-Only Access. Enter the role name, then choose Create Role. Now, let's assign this role to the EC2 instance hosting our application. Open the EC2 console. Choose the selected instance. Choose the action menu Security. Modify the IAM role. Now select the IAM role that we created earlier. After it's selected, choose Apply. The IAM role is now attached to your instance. To check if the instance can access the credentials provided by the instance profile, you can query the instance metadata server. To do this, I have used SSH to connect into my instance. Let's run a quick curl command. We can see here that we are able to successfully retrieve the credentials and verify their expiration. If your command returns a 404, set the noProxy environment variable to make sure access to the instance metadata server is not routed through an HTTP proxy. Great! We have successfully configured our EC2 instance for our Java applications to access AWS credentials. But we also must consider another reason for expired credentials, and that is having the incorrect system time. Now that we are inside our instance, let's go ahead and make sure that our NTP settings are correct. To do this, I'm going to run two commands. The first one is cron EC sources. Here, we'll check which is our preferred NTP server. This will be marked with a star in the command's output. If you're using EC2, it is a best practice to use the internal Amazon time sync service at 169.254.169.123. The second command that we'll run is cron EC tracking. This command tells us if there are any drifts between the NTP server and our internal system clock. With these two settings, our Java expired tokens issue is now resolved. Thanks for watching, and happy cloud computing from all of us here at AWS.